Namaste. Before following any advice or practices suggested in this video, it is always recommended that you consult with your doctor as to its suitability, especially if you suffer from any health problems or special conditions. Yamajit, John Hollinsby Mayer, and Tridevi Chamunda Mandir cannot accept any responsibility for any injuries or damages incurred as a result of the exercises and meditations contained in this video. Namaste and welcome to Tridevi Chamunda Mandir in Denver, Colorado. I'm Yamajit and I'm so glad that you've joined me this evening, or that you are watching this the recording of this broadcast sometime in the future. I'd like to start out by making some announcements, beginning with this weekend. So this coming Sunday from 1 to 4 at the Mercury Cafe, it is the 13th annual Dark Goddess Festival. It's a wonderful event. I'm going to be doing the opening ritual, and there'll be healers and psychic readers and merchants and dance performances, and it's just a wonderful get-together. And then starting on the 11th, there's the Dark Goddess Summit, and it's a combination of live and recorded workshops. I'm doing one on Puja performance. In fact, some of you may have already seen it on YouTube. And that'll be running for, I think, 3 or 4 days. For more information, just go into your web browser, type in Dark Goddess Festival, and that'll automatically bring up the website. Also, Dark Goddess Festival has a Facebook page. So I highly recommend that you check that out. So for our temple, this coming Tuesday will be the start of a new series. It'll be on the goddesses of the Trika lineage of non-dual Shaiva Tantra of Kashmir. And this is the Trika lineage was in its heyday about 1,000 years ago. It's now an extinct lineage, but it's another one of those that has really heavily influenced different forms of Tantra which are practiced today. And so I'll be discussing 3 goddesses over 3 weeks. I just dropped the picture. Their names are Para, Para, and Apara. And by the way, the opening ritual for Dark Goddess Festival will be a puja to Apara, who is very similar to the darkest form of Kali that you've probably seen. But they represent the powers of creation, preservation, and destruction, also the powers of the will, of knowledge, and of action. And then the 4th installment will be on another Mahakali puja, because she is also the embodiment of those 3 goddesses. So I think you'll enjoy that series that's coming up. And then next Friday will be part 2 of our series on the 12 Kalis of the Krama lineage. And we'll be doing a fire puja to Sithiti Kali, who is the preserver. So just to let you know what's going on the rest of the month. So we'll be doing the Trika series on Tuesdays, and then the 3rd Thursday of the month, that'll be the 19th. That'll be our monthly Devi Puja and Yoga Nidra meditation. And then the day after Thanksgiving, we're not going to have a Friday Puja. It's just a good weekend to be spending time with your family or those closest to you. So one other thing too, I did send out our monthly calendar earlier this week. If anybody would like to be on our subscription list for this monthly calendar, please email me at omcdevi@gmail.com. That's AUMCDEVI Devi, Devi, @gmail.com. And I'll be very happy to put you on our mailing list. So let's go ahead and begin tonight's program. I'm currently working on book 4 of the Kali Meditation series. And this book will focus on Kriya Yoga practices. And I've presented several classes and pujas related to this over the last year. And tonight I'm going to share some of the more advanced practices. And so I'm going to actually share some material from book 4. And so it's going to include the 3 internal locks or bands, the Mul band or root lock, the Uddiyana band or the central lock, or the throat lock as well. And we're going to incorporate that into really a modern Kriya practice. There's 3 of them that I mention in the book called the Ecstatic practices, and I'll say more about that just a little bit later. But let's focus on the locks right now. So I'm going to share some of what I wrote and what's going to be the 9th chapter and the second part, pardon me, of book 4 of Kali Meditation. The internal locks or bands were first developed in the tantric lineages and later adopted by hatha yogis. The purpose is to aid in bringing order to the complex patterns of internal pranas, that is, energies, and therefore to utilizing the body as a tool for the development of self-awareness. The 3 bands include the throat lock, the stomach lock, and the root lock. The sadhana practice described in this chapter will involve the application of all 3 locks at the same time. It is believed that the throat and root locks temporarily seal the upper and lower ends of the spinal column. The throat lock is said to temporarily prevent prana from moving upwards and restricts the flow of energy through Ida and Pingala nadis, the nadis or energy channels on the left and right side. The root lock is believed to block the downward movement of apana, that is the inhalation breath, and pulls this energy back toward the navel region. Then, when the upward and downward moving pranic forces are restricted and forced into close proximity to one another, the result is the generation of heat, which is magnified by the application of the stomach lock. And it is said that the locks, those first 2 locks, function like 2 sticks being rubbed together. That's the throat and the root locks. They produce heat, and this heat is magnified by the application of the stomach lock. With practice, the application of the locks, along with the retention of breath, can result in awakened awareness stemming from the upward movement of prana along the central path of the spine. It moves from the base of the spine toward the upper pole, that is Ajna Chakra, the 3rd eye. As a result, the yogi experiences a release from fears and instinctive cravings while gaining illuminated self-awareness. And of course, that is the goal of yoga. So incorporating the locks into one's regular yoga practice can have a number of positive effects, including improving digestion and elimination, stimulating energy, cleansing the energy channels, toning the visceral organs, improving overall functions of the alimentary canal, preparing the mind for meditation, improving concentration, helping to relieve depression and or anxiety. Mulaband can help with urinary incontinence, and there are also sexual benefits. You're basically doing Kegel exercises. As with all yogic practices, there are contraindications. In particular, the practice of the lock should be avoided if you are having your menstrual period, have uncontrolled high or low blood pressure, have a hernia, and that could include an inguinal hernia, hiatal hernia, or a hernia of the stomach walls, have an ulcer in your stomach or intestine, have recently had some other abdominal illness, surgery, or trauma, if you have glaucoma, if you have heart disease, and great care should be taken by those individuals suffering from panic disorders and or PTSD. As always, it is highly recommended that one consult a physician as to the suitability and safety of these practices. Also, make sure to practice on an empty stomach before beginning, and also evacuate the bladder and bowels. So let's talk about the 3 locks individually and actually practice them. And then we'll also discuss applying all 3 together, which is going to be part of the ecstatic process that we're going to share today. So we'll begin with the throat lock, Jalandhara Bandh. So I invite you to sit in a comfortable position with a straight back. And this is actually a very simple practice. You're going to inhale, and as you exhale, placing your hands on your knees, as you exhale, just bring your chin toward the place where the 2 collarbones come together. If your chin doesn't reach your chest, don't try to strain. You could even have a rolled up washcloth to help support. So we're going to do this exercise 3 times. So sit up straight. I invite you to close your eyes. Breathe deeply. And then a deep inhale. And exhale, bringing the chin to the chest. Retain the breath. And then inhale. Raising the chin back up. Take a couple of breaths. Just feel the effect. Now the second time, inhale. Exhale, bringing the chin to the chest. Keeping the back straight. Hold. And inhale coming up. And then take a couple more breaths. And now one more, and we're going to do a little bit longer retention. Inhale deeply. And exhale, bringing the chin to the chest. And hold. And then inhale coming up. Let the breath return to normal, and just take a moment and just notice the effects of this practice. So the second lock is Uddiyana Bandh, and it involves bringing the stomach in, pulling the abdomen in with the exhale and upwards toward the diaphragm. Again, your hands are on your knees. You're holding the breath for a while on the after the exhalation. You're not engaging the throat lock at all. And then inhaling and just relaxing the muscles of the abdomen and allowing for that natural inhale as they relax. So let's do this 3 times. So again, sitting with a nice straight back. Close the eyes and breathe deeply. Just some deep clearing breaths to prepare. And deep inhale. Exhale. Bring the stomach in and up. Hold. And inhale and release. Take a couple of breaths. Just notice the effects. And now the second time, inhale deeply. Exhale, stomach in and up. Hold. And then relax the abdomen. And feel that natural inhalation. Take a couple more breaths. And now one more time with a bit longer retention. Inhale. And exhale. Abdomen in and up. And then relax the abdominals. Let the air draw in naturally, and then just take a moment and feel the effect of that practice. And so now the final lock, Mulaband. We are contracting the muscles of the perineum, at the pelvic floor. Essentially what you're going to try to do is engage the same muscles that you would engage if you had to suddenly stop and hold a stream of urine. So think about those muscles. If you're new to this, you may find the anal sphincter contracting as well. And for beginners, that's perfectly fine. And with practice, you'll be able to isolate the PC muscles, the muscles on the pelvic floor. And this is a wonderful lock just on its own that really helps to facilitate the raising of Kundalini energy up Sushumna Nadi from the root to the third eye and to the crown, piercing the chakras. And so if you actually want to try that, when we do the exhale and clenching the muscles, if you want to try and imagine that energy going up through the center of the spine, from the root to the crown, which is the essence of Kriya Yoga. And then when we inhale and relax, feel that energy coming down. And always, if you're a beginner to Kriya Yoga, you can simply do this in your imagination. And over time, you'll actually begin to feel that energy with practice. So let's try this 3 times. So again, find that comfortable seated position. Back is straight. Take some deep breaths. Close your eyes. Deep inhale. And exhale and clench the pelvic floor. Hold. And inhale and relax. Bring the energy down. If you're practicing that, take a couple of breaths and just feel the effects. And now a second time, deep inhale. And exhale. Clench the PC muscle. Hold. And inhale and relax. And take a couple of breaths. Just notice the effects. And now one more, a little bit longer retention. Inhale deeply. And exhale, clench the muscle. And holds. And then inhale. And relax and take a few deep breaths. And again, just feel the effects of the exercises that we've just been doing. And so quite typically in Kundalini yoga practices, practices, they're sometimes referred to Kriyas in their own right. All three locks are applied. So we're going to practice this 3 times because in the final exercise we're going to do, that's going to involve clenching all 3 locks, all 3 bands. And at the same time, behind your closed eyes, you're also just slightly bringing your gaze up towards your third eye and paying attention to any light effects that you might notice. So deep inhale, and then clench the PC, bring the abdominal up and in, and bring the chin down and hold, and then relax and release all 3. So we're going to try that, applying all 3. So take some breaths to prepare. Sitting comfortably with a straight back. And by the way, you can be sitting with in a straight back chair too. You don't necessarily need to be on the mat like I am. And then a deep inhale. Exhale, apply all 3 locks. Hold. And inhale and relax. Take a couple of breaths. Also, while you're holding your hands on your knees, make sure you're not locking the elbows. Keep the elbows relaxed. Okay, one more deep inhale. And exhale. Apply all 3 locks. And then inhale, relax. And then one other thing you can do while applying the 3 locks is during the inhale and while you're holding the locks, let that Kundalini energy go up from the root to the crown as you're holding. And then as you inhale, feel that energy coming back down. In fact, let's try to do that with this last practice. So take a couple of breaths. Deep inhale and exhale. Hold. Raise the energy. Bring the gaze up toward the third eye. And then inhale. Relax and let the energy just fall back down. And again, just take a moment. Let your breath return to normal. And just feel the effects of the practice. You may notice the heat that you generated may feel a little warmer. You may also find that you're feeling a little more relaxed as well. But just honor anything that this practice has brought for you. So I'm going to read the introduction to the ecstatic processes. There are 3 that I describe in this book. We're actually going to try the second of the 3 this first time. So the following sadhana processes are similar to some breathing techniques designed to bring about ecstatic or visionary experiences, as well as physical and emotional releases. Such techniques can be found in Hatha Yoga, Neo-Tantra, including the full body orgasm techniques of the sexologists Joseph Kramer, Dr. Catherine Jess, Annie Sprinkle, and Barbara Carellis. Reichian breath and body work from Wilhelm Reich, and the Wim Hof method. This sadhana came to me while practicing Kriya Yoga meditation in this last year, which incorporates pinealization gaze, so focusing the eyes up toward the third eyes, Kriya Kundalini Pranayama, so using the breath to move energy up the spine with the exhalation and down with the inhalation, and the application of the 3 internal locks. It is believed that techniques such as these facilitate the release of natural DMT from the pineal gland. This is the natural hallucinogen that our pineal gland produces, and actually every cell in the body also produces, and therefore allows the Kriyaban, that is the practitioner, a way of safely accessing an ecstatic state of consciousness without the consumption of foreign substances. Instead, one utilizes the natural pharmacy located within one's own neuroglandular system. These techniques can be used as a closing process of the main Kriya practice presented in this volume, which is actually what we're going to be doing tonight. However, they should be avoided by practitioners, again, who are pregnant, have uncontrolled high or low blood pressure, heart disease, or stomach ulcers. Great care, again, should be taken to those suffering from spinal disorders or psychological disorders such as panic attacks or PTSD. As always, please consult your physician if there are any doubts as to the practice's suitability. In other words, let common sense prevail. The effects of these practices can include the relief of stress, the relief of depression and anxiety. Practicing these sadhanas could be compared to pressing a reset button. One may also experience a release of repressed emotions, such as sadness and crying. There have been times I've done these practices and tears actually come up in my eyes. The practitioner may also gain insights into personal issues. They may experience visions or simply gaining the feeling of enhanced connection to the universe. You may find yourself very relaxed afterwards. The after effects, you may include some tetany, some tightening of the muscles. You may also notice some pulsation of the muscles, especially in this area, as trapped energy, sometimes what's referred to as physical armoring, along with pent up emotions, are also released. You may notice the body just doing some simple movements. So maybe a rocking motion, either back and forth or to the sides, maybe an easy spinning, or again, just some natural contractions. And these are all associated with just releasing of energies and increasing the natural flow of energies, and also blood circulation as well. So we're going to do part 2 this time. We're going to do part 1 next week. Part 2 is actually inspired by a practice that was shared by one of our regular viewers, Anoop Thomas of Bangalore, India. It's based on a practice that he learned when he was in university. And I incorporated the locks, especially Mula Bandh, the root lock, into this. And I just find that really enhances the practice. And it's going to involve using the breath and also mantra. So we're going to do a very simple Kriya Puja first. And if you have your Kriya set up with you, if you have a water pot with a spoon, some kind of lamp, mine are combined in this skunda from Nepal, some flowers to offer, some type of food to offer, like this apple from my tree, mala, bottle of perfume oil, an incense burner, and something to offer to either a statuette or image of the Divine Mother. Favorite stone, like this garnet crystal, to represent the Divine Mother, or yantra, like this little Sri yantra. So I invite you to, if you have those things ready, you can do this along with me, or you can later assemble these items, and you can follow this video along and practice this whole process as well. So again, make yourself comfortable, seated with a straight back. Take some deep breaths. And as you're breathing, maybe make an intention for our practice, for healing, for insight, for balance, for exploration, or simply the intention of becoming closer to the divine and the consciousness of the universe. And then bringing the palms of your hands together at your heart center. We'll open our practice by chanting Om 3 times. Inhale. Inhale and exhale. Slowly open your eyes. So as in the other Kriya exercises that I've demonstrated on this channel, we're going to be doing the Om chant. As we're singing Om, we're going to do Kriya Kundalini Pranayama. So as we're singing Om, we're moving energy from the root to the crown. And as we inhale, bringing that energy back down from the crown to the root. And we'll do that as we make our puja offerings. Om. Om. And you're welcome to chant along. Om. And move the energy up and down. Om. So lighting your lamp or candle. Om. Picking up with the right hand and circling it. Om. Blessing yourself. A mini arati. Om. Giving it to the altar. Om. Lighting the incense. Om. Om. Circling it 3 times with your right hand. Om. Placing it in the holder. Om. Offering some water to cool the atmosphere. Om. Offering some perfume oil with your middle or ring finger. Om. Om. Anointing your third eye. Om. Picking up the fruit or food offering. Circling it. Om. Offering it. Om. Then taking a flower and circling it. Om. And offering it. Om. Bringing the palms of your hands together and bowing. Om. Jai Ma. So now we're going to do our mantra. We're going to use the Varna Mantra. Om Angrim Klim Chamundai Viche. And we're going to do 108 repetitions. Om Angrim Klim Chamundai Viche. 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 Om Aing Rim 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 Klim Chamundai Viche. Breathe deeply. Feeling the power of the mantra. Feeling energized by the presence of the Divine Mother. Offering the mala. Offering a flower. So now we're going to begin the practice. So we're going to be working with the seed mantras, Krim, Hrim, and Aing, and Om. So the first round, what we're going to do is we're going to do 3 chants of the syllable Krim. We're going to be engaging Mul Bandha, tightening the pelvic floor as we're singing it, and we're going to raise the energy from the perineum to the second chakra just behind the pubic bone. You can also feel just an energizing of the lower extremities as you do this as well. So I invite you to close your eyes, take a couple of deep breaths. So again, we're going to chant Krim, raise the energy, And then as we inhale, bring the energy back down. We're only raising it to the level of the second chakra. Inhale. Hold and relax and inhale. Inhale. Relax. One more time. Hold. Relax and inhale. Breathe normally for a little while. And just feel the energies of the earth element. So now we're going to do a second round using the mantra Hrim, H-R-I-M. We're still going to clench Mulband, clench the pelvic floor, but we're going to raise the energy from the root to the level of the solar plexus. You can even place your hand there to help your concentration. So get ready with a nice straight back. Have my other hand in Gaya Mudra. Deep inhale. Inhale, relax. Hold and inhale and relax. One more time, deep inhale. And inhale and relax. Normal breaths, just feeling the effect of the water element. And now we're going to focus on the heart chakra. We're going to do 3 rounds of the seed mantra Aing. We're going to again clench Mulband and raise the energy up to the heart level. You can place a hand on the heart to help focus. So inhale. I Release, inhale. The energy go back down. You're going to raise it again from root to heart. Inhale. One more time, deep inhale. Inhale, relax, bring the energy down. And just breathe normally for a little while. Feeling the effects of the air element. Vayu. And you may start to notice a little bit of tetany in this area, or some of the other areas we've been focusing. That's perfectly fine. It's part of that energy release that's coming up, part of the rebalancing, part of getting ready for pushing that reset button. And so now we're going to chant 3 rounds of the mantra Om. We're still going to squeeze the pelvic floor. We're going to raise the energy upwards to the throat and then the third eye. And then I invite you with your eyes closed to also bring your gaze gently up towards your third eye. So deep inhale. Inhale and relax. Bring the energy down. Inhale. Inhale, relax. One more time. Inhale, relax, take a few natural breaths. Feeling charged now by the air element and the ether element. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to chant the Varna Mantra, Om Mangrim Kleen Chamundai Viche, another 9 times. And as we're chanting it, raise that energy from the root to the crown while clenching the pelvic floor and keeping your gaze behind your closed eyes up to the third eye, up toward the third eye. And then on the 9th, it's going to be a full exhalation as you're chanting. Apply the 3 locks. Let the energy once again raise from the root to the crown And then begin just tightening all your muscles. And as you hold your breath, and holding while you're doing this for at least 10 seconds or until the inhale reflex kicks in, and you'll really feel the effects of the practice. So we're going to do the 9 rounds of Varna. You might make some micro adjustments to your position so you're a little more comfy. So you can keep the back straight. So again, as we chant, contract the pelvic floor and raise the energy. Gaze up toward here. Om Aing Rim Klim Chamundaye Viche. Bring the energy down, relax. Again. Om Aing Rim Klim Chamundaye Viche. Om Aing Rim Klim Chamundaye Viche. Om Aing Rim Klim Chamundaye Viche. Breath retentions at the end of each round. Om Aing Rim Klim Chamundaye Viche. Om Aing Rim Klim Chamundaye Viche. Om Aing Rim Klim Chamundaye Viche. 2 more. Om Aing Rim Klim Chamundaye Viche. Om Aing Rim Klim Chamundaye Viche. Locks. Now tighten the muscles. Hold. And then just honor whatever manifests. Just honor the natural movements. Basically having a full body energy orgasm. Definitely some heat generated. And if I were teaching a room full of people, I would say let's take a 10-minute breath to 10-minute break to integrate this. And as you find yourself coming back, you're probably going to feel a lot lighter, more relaxed. You may gain some insights into some stress that's been pent up inside for a while, or emotions. If you feel the urge to cry, let it happen. Notice any areas of tension, like maybe your jaw, and focus on just loosening those areas. Jema. In doing this practice for the last few months, I found it has really resolved a lot of anxiety issues. And just reduced levels of stress in various situations where I would have been experiencing that a lot more. So I'm going to read the final section on these practices. The beauty of this natural high, compared to the consumption of foreign substances, is that you will experience and process simply what you are ready to handle at the moment. There won't be any nasty, overwhelming surprises of something you're not ready for, which is really the cause of what many term as a bad trip. It may be useful to keep a journal of your experiences in order to help fully understand your experiences in the process. As with other Kriya-related practices, make sure you take note of the effects which might occur in the following days. Are you less stressed or anxious about certain things? Less tense physically? What new ideas or insights are you having? Are you handling certain situations differently as you have before? Are you feeling more relaxed, more peaceful? Possibilities are endless. I would also add, if you were practicing along with me, or if you're doing this on some other occasion, be gentle with yourself afterwards. Take it easy for a while. Drink water. Eating something may help in the grounding as well. But just take time, be patient. Just let yourself come out of the process naturally. Don't rush into the next thing. So you might time doing this practice, time of day when you don't have a lot to do afterwards. Definitely make sure that you're completely grounded before you do something like drive a car or anything else really important. And just give some time for yourself to integrate and to process. So I thank you for joining me this evening. Let's end with a final benediction. Bring the palms of your hands together. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste and Jai Ma. Because this is part of a book that I'm writing, actually illustrating at this point, I welcome your feedback. Please message me at my channel, or feel free to email me with any questions, any feedback. I'd love to hear your experiences with this. So if you can message me at my channel, or email me at omcdevi@gmail.com. That's AUMCDEVI@gmail.com. Have a wonderful night and a wonderful day ahead. Jai Mata Di. Take good care and good night.